So,
Kung anong
welcome to
gusto
our
mong sabihin.
podcast On the Bright Side.
Yeah.
Kilala nyo naman na ako, hindi na ako basta guys, On the Bright Side. Cindy, guys, baka nakakalimutan nyo. Si Lucille.
Lucille.
Yeah, siya po si Lucille. So, kung last time, we differentiate the difference between reality, kung ano talaga yung nangyayari offline versus na nangyayari sa ating reels. So, ngayon naman, pag-uusapan lang natin ano yung mga take namin with this certain topics or questions.
Issues, yes.
Na issues, pwede din. Yung mga issues na nakikita natin sa social media na nangyayari din sa mga buhay. Ewan ko ninyo, ng mga tao, even sa life namin.
Sa life natin.
So, ano yung take natin doon?
This is our opinion. We will just...
Disclaimer.
We will just share our opinion.
Take. What's your hot take?
From that? Or like, what's our perspective pagdating sa mga ganong question? Or like sa ganong pangyayari in our lives? Basically, if we experience it and then we will speak from our experience. Opinion kung sakaling hindi pa namin nararanasan. Pero this is our take. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. What's your take? So, meron tayong 3 categories. 3 categories. Game. May game show pala
May palaro kasi to eh.
Yeah, meron tayong 3 categories. So, yung first category natin is about relationship, love. Pangalawa is career, things that happen sa workplace. And then, pangatlo is about friendship. So, yeah, without further ado, ang dami na nating sinabi. Let's start. So, sa relationship. Relationship agad. Wala nang paligoy-ligoy pa. Okay, what's your take?
What's your take on situationships? Dating without labels. Yan.
Okay.
Freedom or emotional confusion?
Siguro for me, to establish muna, situationship kasi on its definition, I mean, in simple terms, it's like, meron kayo pero walang label. The way you act with each other, you're giving the benefits of being in a relationship to each other, pero walang label.
Not official.
Yeah, siguro for some people, may kanya-kanya naman kasi silang pinanggagalingan. I mean, reasons bakit situationship, bakit until now, wala pa ring label yung relationship ninyong dalawa, kung ano man yung binubuo ninyong relationship. Parang for some reasons, merong nag-aaral pa, hindi pa ready, ganyan. Meron naman talagang fun-fun lang. Meron din namang iba na parang alam nila sa sarili nila that they are not yet mentally, emotionally capable of being, alam mo yon, committed to someone. Pero nandun na yung parang emotions. Andun na yung parang attachment mo sa tao. Kumbaga, ayaw mo siyang mawala. But at the same time, ayaw mong mag-commit pa.
Sa kanya.
So, may kanya-kanyang pinanggagalingan, no? Pero, I believe kasi yung situationship, hindi siya sustainable. I mean, siguro sa umpisa, masaya siya. Parang andun yung thrill, andun yung excitement, na parang hindi ko kailangan mag-commit, hindi ko kailangan lagyan agad ng label. Parang, to make things slow. Parang hindi pa natin kailangan magmadali na lagyan ng label. But, yeah, I think kasi ang daming nako-compromise when it comes to situationship. Especially sa women, na parang nagbibigay ka na ng ganitong treatment sa isang tao na dapat ginagawa mo kapag pumasok ka sa relationship. I mean, very, diverse na kasi talaga ang pagtingin ng mga tao sa relasyon, sa commitment, yung weight ng relationship, ng marriage, hindi na siya nabibigyan ng importance and essence. Nawawala na. Especially ngayon sa social media, di ba? Yung topic nga natin last week is about the usage of social media. And talagang makikita natin kung gaano karami na talaga yung na-expose sa social media at kung gaano na rin karami yung mga ideas na nakukultivate, na pinoportray sa social media. One thing is situationship. Before, when we say situationship, parang other term siya in mutual understanding na parang alam niyo sa sarili niyo na gusto niyo yung isa't isa, you're making things slow lang, ganyan. Pero, I think kasi situationship, one of the cons of situationship is stagnant siya. Parang lumulutang kayo, pero wala kayong papupuntahan. In the long run, it creates mental confusion. So, ako talaga, kung tatanungin mo ako, yung personal take ko sa situationship, hindi talaga ako fan. I mean, I don't subscribe. May subscription!
Naka-premium ko ba?
Hindi talaga. Parang, bakit kayo Pumapayag. Lalo sa mga babae, parang, ba't ka pumapayag? Going back nga sa social media, di ba, parang lahat kasi instant na eh. Pwede kang bumuo ng connection, ng relationships at mga tao, may it be friendship, dating, even courtship, pwede mo nang gawin online. So, parang tayo, nasanay tayo na nandyan na lang, igagrab mo na lang. Especially, ngayon, natalamak din talaga ang AI. Parang gagawa ka lang ng prompt, ayan na. Alam mo na agad yung sasabihin mo. Ewan ko nga kung may mga nagsusulat pa rin ba ng letter eh, without really using AI. Alam mo yun, yung sa puso mo talaga, ganyan. Yeah, parang nakakalungkot lang na makita how most of the people approach or take relationship. Pero iba-iba tayo, yes, but my personal take to it is that hindi talaga ako agree with situationship. Kagaya nga na paulit-ulit ko sinasabi, siguro sa umpisa masaya siya. Pero in the long run kasi, hindi siya sustainable. Kasi syempre, papaano na lang, halimbawa, situational, example. Halimbawa, yung isa sa inyo gusto nang mag-settle, gusto nang mag-commit, pero yung isa hindi pa rin talaga siya ready. Ando na yung parang, hindi ka makapag-demand. Kasi wala ka pang rights. Hindi pa official yung rights mo. Alam mo sa sarili mo na wala ka pa sa lugar to make such demands, ganyan. Pero ang nakakalungkot doon, yung benefits kasi. So parang nakikita ko talagang dehado din talaga ang babae kapag ka ganun. So parang tayo, as much as possible, ingatan natin yung mga sarili natin, not to really, alam mo yun, get attached with someone na alam natin na hindi pa rin talaga ready panindigan tayo. I mean, yung nararamdaman natin, pwede kasing sa umpisa parang, ay, di ko naman siya ganun talaga kagusto eh. Parang, let's go with the flow, ganyan. Like, yung idea lang that someone's there for you. Masarap siya sa pakiramdam. Pero kasi, sometimes, hindi rin tayo pwedeng maging kampante kasi yung attachment natin, pwede siyang mabuo without us knowing. It just happens naturally, lalo na pag lagi mong kausap, pag lagi mong kasama, ma-attach at ma-attach ka talaga. So, ang tendency niyan, alam mo sa sarili mo na hindi ka pa ready, pero dahil ayaw mong mawala yung tao kasi nga attached ka na, mahihirapan ka na parang alisin siya sa buhay mo. Pero alam mo na hindi pa kayo ready mag-commit. So parang sige, stay na lang muna tayo sa ganito. Hanggang sa wala na, nag-settle na kayo na ganyan na parang wala ng plano. Ang dami nang na-compromise. So I think, better pa din na kung alam ninyo sa sarili nyo na hindi pa kayo ready, why not, muna kayo, go separate ways. And then kung kayo talaga yung para sa isa't isa, I mean, I believe the Lord will orchestrate everything and will reconnect you in His right time. Yeah. So, sounds so traditional. I mean, old-fashioned. But there's a lot of security, I believe, kapag mas nag-long tayo sa commitment rather than temporary lang na mga attachments.
Yes.
We're not wasting time here na rin kasi talaga.
Totoo.
That's my take.
Sa akin siguro, actually na-explain mo na lahat, pati yung nila, attachment, which is totoo. Situationship kasi siya eh, parang siyang push and pull, masaya siya eh. Masaya, thrilling sa umpisa. And talagang napapakilig ka niya because of the idea that you have someone without actually naming the relationship. But for me, my take is, I'm not really into situationship. Siguro pwede mo siyang i-label kasi as dating. Depends kasi sa inyo eh. Kung nag-a-act na kayo na parang kayo na, pero wala pa kayong label, hindi nyo mapangalanan if you're dating, kung saan kayo papunta, that is what situationship is. Iba kasi kapag may label kayo as dating, na parang, we get to know each other, and hopefully, dito tayo mag-end. May end goal kayo na pupuntahan.
Yeah.
Pero kung purely situationship lang, my personal take talaga is, no, I'm not really, I don't like to be in a situationship.
Yeah.
Kasi it do builds emotional confusion. At the same time kasi, the chances of getting into a real relationship, kasi medyo mababa na siya. Kasi na-experience niya na eh. Parang magkakaroon na ng contentment, kagaya ng sinabi mo na.
Why
Hindi na
na to?
natin in-next level kasi parang tayo naman na eh. Kung parang naghihintay na lang kayo na lagyan nyo ng label, pero kung acting na kayo na parang kayo na, medyo wala ng thrill kapag nag-next level na kayo. So, yung iba, nakokontento na lang sila na ganun. And wala kasing clarity.
Totoo.
Like, do not act as a girlfriend if you are not labeled as a girlfriend. So, parang, kung hindi ka girlfriend, edi wag mo gawin yung mga bagay na ginagawa ng isang girlfriend.
Totoo.
Para at least aware siya na hindi naman tayo, so bakit natin ito nagawin? It's also setting boundaries.
Yes.
For the both of you.
Yeah.
Tsaka kung ikaw yung tipo ng tao na gusto mo to be in a committed relationship, you don't settle for situationship. Ako ayoko ng situationship kasi gusto ko committed.
Yeah. As someone na we don't wanna waste time. Or ayaw natin na hindi sure. I mean, ang weird kasi a guy would approach you without any plans. Like, bakit ka nandito? Anong ginagawa mo sa buhay ko? Parang, we long for clarity na. Tama na yung mga laro-laro or
Oo.
thrilling, hula-hulaan, tagu-taguan. Tama na yun, no?
Yes.
It's not giving anymore sa season natin. Meron nga ngayon another term, slow burn. There's slow burn relationship, merong situation. Sa situationship kasi talaga stagnant eh.
Yeah.
That's how you define it. Eh. Parang lumulutang lang kayo pero walang patutunguhan yung relationship niyo. Whereas sa slow burn naman kasi, you're slowly building something. As in, very, very slow. Na parang, you're
Without
getting to
actually
know.
noticing na may nabibuild up na.
Yeah, pero sometimes, it depends eh. Like, nag-laid out na ng intentions. It's just that you wanted to make it slow lang, ganyan, to get to know the person bago ka mag-commit. So, parang alam niyo na doon kayo papunta. It's just that you're taking it so
Yeah.
slow. You're really taking your time. But this time, there's clarity. So, iba siya.
There's clarity, there is intention,
Yeah.
and also, there is an end goal. Hindi siya yung parang walking lang
let's see
kayo,
where this
tas-
is going,
oo,
mga
no.
ganon.
You are on the same page. You should be on the same page.
Yes.
Kasi medyo mahirap naman kung wala kayo sa same page. Pag magkaiba kasi kayo ng page nyo,
Anong
like,
page na ba siya?
hindi kayo nagtutugma, medyo mahirap siya talaga to work out as relationship.
Yes, that's true. Basically, that's our take
When
sa
it comes to
situation.
situationships.
Yeah.
Dapat nagle-layout ng intention, is committed, and of course, may clarity. We should always aim for clarity. If it's not a clear yes, then it's a clear
No. No.
no.
It's a no, yeah.
It's a no.
Okay, sige. Second question that we have here is about, financial expectations in dating. Sabi dito, should one person always pay or should be dating more equal?
I think it depends. Personally, on the first date, kung sino yung nag-aya, dapat siya yung mag-pay during the first date. So, if a guy invited me to go on a date, I am somehow expecting him to pay for it kasi he's the one who invited me. Especially if, like, for example, we don't usually do that, tapos bigla inayam ako to go on a date. Somehow, I'm expecting you to be accountable in the whole date. Ganyan. During the first date. At least, first 2 dates. And then,
Okay.
kapag, like, for example, nagtuloy-tuloy na tayo mag-date, I'm okay with taking turns. Like, for example, he pays for the food, I'm gonna pay for the drinks. Pero on the first date, talaga, I am more of, like, dun sa side na kung sino yung nag-invite, kung sino yung nag-initiate ng date, that person should be accountable. At least doon sa whole date.
Kahit first date yun?
Oo, kahit first date. Kasi
Paano pag babae yung nag-iya on the first date?
then the girl should pay.
Dapat, may ano na siya na parang,
May ano na,
may
meron-
conscious effort na siya na parang, okay, I should pay for this.
Yes.
Pero of
diba?
course, magandang din yun. Kung yung guy naman din, siya na yung nagbayad.
Oo. And I believe naman, ang isang babae, kung mag-aaya siya ng date, I believe she has the means to pay. Hindi, ikaw ba, mag-invite ka lang ba ng date tayo, tapos ikaw magbayad, gano'n. Magre-ready ka. For sure, I believe magre-ready yan. Kung girl man yung mag-i-initiate ng date.
Niyaya
So,
mo lang pala para may
Tagabayad.
may wallet ka. No.
Gusto ko sana magkape, nasa na yung wallet ko.
Oo, kaso wala akong pera. Tara, yayain
Ayan
nga kita.
kita, ganun, diba? So, parang
Life
for me,
hack.
for me, kung sino yung nag-aya during the first date is a crucial part. Kasi I will not go
Establish.
with you anymore if you will invite me in a date. Buti sana kung i-brief mo ko, saying
Wow, may
na,
briefing.
is it okay if we go on this date at tapos 50-50 tayo ganyan. Pero during the first date, nandun tayo and then you suddenly ask, or like for example, ganito, may napakinggan akong ganito eh. Nag-date tayo, pag uwi ko, sinend mo sa akin kung magkano yung nagastos ko. Hindi na ako sasama sa'yo during the next day.
Yung tipong magbibigay ka pero last na to.
Oo, parang,
Last na to.
di ba ikaw, may ganun na, may napakinggan ako.
Nagpakilala ka na.
May napakinggan ako na gano'n yung dating experience niya, na parang after daw ng date nila, siningil siya nung guy, na parang, ay, ganito yung amount pala na nakain mo, ganyan. Like, you invited me. Okay lang sa akin if kagaya na sinabi ko kanina, na-brief mo na ako na sa paglabas natin, ganito, like 50-50 tayo, ganyan. But do not expect me to join you the next day. Di ba?
Bayad
Kasi-
ako ngayon pero di na ako sama next
First and
time.
last. So for me, my take here is, during the first date, kung sino yung nag-invite. And then, kapag consistently na tayo nag-date, then it's fine with me to at least take turns. Like, if you bought a ticket for a movie, I'm gonna buy the snacks. If you buy the meal, I'm gonna buy the drinks. Ganon.
Ganon yung dynamics.
Oo.
I personally agree din doon, no. I think naman kasi like kayo na ganyan. Parang kapag nandun na kasi kayo sa level, sa point ng relationship niyo na kayo na may na-establish na kayong relationship, at some point na-build na yung security ninyo sa isa't isa when it comes to
Dating?
finances.
Sila na?
Yeah, sila na.
Yung take ko, hindi pa sila na. Date lang
Oo,
talaga.
yun nga. So,
Getting
kumbaga,
to know.
okay lang yun to express na parang, okay, as a women, it's okay to pay for our food, ganyan. If that's your way to, express yung love mo, yung concern mo, ganyan, sa isang tao or sa partner mo. So, it's okay na mag 50-50. Pero, halimbawa, yung guy na nililigaw sa'yo, kinukuha pa lang yung loob mo. Most of the time naman, yung guy talaga yung nag-i-initiate ng first date, I believe. So, parang it's good na ikaw yung nag-initiate as a guy, especially yung mga first dates talaga ninyo, as in, kayo pa man or hindi pa, like nililigawan ka pa lang as a guy, much better na na-establish mo na sa babae na
I can provide.
I can provide for us. Kasi a man should be a provider talaga.
Yes, they are naturally
Yeah, they are
providers.
naturally provider talaga. So, once you establish that sa babae, sa relationship niyo na I can provide, iba rin kasi yung security sa girl kapag alam niya na yung guy is nagpo-provide. Though yung security mo, hindi
Yes.
lang siya nakabase doon as a woman. Hindi lang siya nakabase sa kung gaano ka-capable yung guy to provide for you. But at the same time, yung security mo to yourself na alam mo that you can provide for yourself.
Yeah.
Now, when you are in a relationship, it would be nice to have someone who is a natural and a good provider.
Yeah.
Pero kung halimbawa, ikaw as a woman, you also want them mag-contribute, conscious effort, parang yung mga ganong bagay kasi, it should not be, parang obligated.
Yeah.
Baga kung gusto mong i-treat yung isang tao, hindi mo na kailangan na parang, nilibre kita, yung ganto ganyan.
Hindi kayo nagbibilangan.
Hindi na kailangan magbilangan, hindi na kailangan gawing big deal. I mean, if you want to buy or treat someone, you are free to do so. Walang
Yes.
shame on it sa mga babae na nagko-contribute or
Yeah.
nagpo-provide for some time sa mga partner nila. But I think important pa din na yung guy himself is secured din financially.
Yes.
Siguro sa umpisa parang something na parang medyo taboo, parang nakakahiyang i-discuss, especially pag dating pa lang kayo. Pero eventually, marirealize niyo yung importance niya na pareho kayong financial literate kapag eventually nagpakasal kayong dalawa na dapat pala nung kami pa lang ganyan pag-uusapan na or parang na-establish na okay, hindi ko tinotolerate na ako bilang babae, ako lang ng ako. Kasi man should be provider talaga. Ayun, yun yung natin for relationship. So, next natin is about, for our second category, since nasa relationship na rin naman na tayo, this one's another, type of relationship. So, friendship. So, yung question natin is, what's your take naman sa toxic friendship? Kailan
Sa toxic.
natin dapat i-cut
Cut
off
off.
yung isang tao?
My personal opinion, pagdating sa friendship, cutting off friendship is depends on the level of damage that friend has been done. Depende rin sa longevity ng relationship niya. If like, for example, sa umpisa pa lang toxic na siya, dapat di mo na siya kinaibigan, di ba?
Yeah, bakit pa nga ba?
Bakit mo pa siya kaibiganin? Pero if like, for example, the toxicity in your friendship happens during the duration of your friendship, nagkaroon siya ng behavior, ng character na parang you found...
Nag-change.
Oo, nag-change, na you found toxic. For me, you can either ask, confront, diba kasi friends naman kayo. You have the chance to ask kung anong nangyari. Baka kasi may pinagdadaanan siya, diba? And you can give understanding dun sa tao, diba? Mas maging understanding ka sa kanya. Also, pwede kang maging mas patient pa sa kanya. But if you answer the question na, are you willing to give up the friendship dahil sobrang toxic niya na. If your answer is yes, kung okay lang sa'yo na maano na yung friendship niyo, if your answer to that is yes, it depends na on you. But if your answer is no, then alam mo, you still care for that person. Naniniwala ka pa rin.
Kaya pa to.
Kaya pa to, ganyan.
May hope pa to.
Diba? May hope pa. Pero I think the term cutting off, hindi siya something na
Madaling gawin at madaling desisyon na parang pag may nakita ka lang na change behavior, kakat mo na agad.
Yes. So, at saka, naalala ko yung napag-usapan namin nung isang ka-life group ko sa office this Monday lang, na parang nabanggit niya nga na you can extend kasi yung grace mo dun sa tao. Just look at that person na tao lang din siya. Pwedeng magkamali siya. Give space for that person to make mistakes if ever. And if ever that person hurts you, give space for forgiveness. Diba? Give room for forgiveness. And if the pain na na-inflict niya sa'yo is too much, you can set boundaries.
Yeah.
But I believe forgiveness is real, diba? So, I think kung you wanted to end it in a good way, maging casual kayo. Kung talagang hindi na ninyo mababalik sa original form ng friendship, yung friendship niyo, you can be casual to that person. Little by little, you can be casual to that person. Pero yung pagka-cut off kasi, it's easier said than done. Madali kasing sabihin na ika-cut off mo na siya, pero pag na-realize mo na kung paano yung naging friendship niyo in the whole run, di ba? It's not easy kasi relationship din yun. May attachment, may care, kasi may pinagsamahan kayo, di ba? So, if the toxicity of your friendship happens during the duration of it, you can extend patience and understanding to that person instead of just cutting off. You can correct naman whatever the behavior is na naging cause para maging toxic siya.
Kaya kumbaga, intindihin mo lang hanggat kaya mo. Pero kasi sometimes, meron ding hangganan ng lahat. Na kung kailan ka lang mag-iintindi. Kasi paano kung sa process ng pag-iintindi mo sa tao, walang nangyayari. At the end of it, I mean, nadidrain ka, hindi rin nagiging maganda yung effect sa'yo, then at least you hold on until the end. If it doesn't work, and then okay lang. No bitterness, no regrets at the same time kasi alam mo, pinaglaban mo yung tao na to. Lalo na kung yung friend mo na yun is binavalue mo talaga na iba talaga yung closeness na na-build ninyo.
Yeah.
Diba? Pero nakakalungkot din minsan isipin na parang may mga friends na nag-e-end na lang na parang wala nang sabi-sabi, bigla na lang hindi nag-usap.
Yeah.
Iba rin naman yun. Kung may silent, quitting, may silent cut off. Diba? Yeah, I believe in that as well. Ako mapili din ako sa mga tao na talagang hahayaan ko na pumasok sa inner
circle.
Sa core ko talaga. Madali akong makipagpalagayan ng loob sa mga tao. I could consider them as friends, ganyan. Pero iba-iba kasi yung level nun.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Depende rin talaga sa level ng relationship and ng trust na na-build niyo sa isa't isa in the long run, 'di ba? Pero kung halimbawa yung best friend ko ganyan or someone who's really close to me, a friend of mine talaga, suddenly naging toxic. Yeah, same with you, same response. Parang I would still hope until the end. Sabi nga, hope dies last. 'Di ba? So parang I think I would still hold on to ganyan, you will try to work it out. Pero I think in general speaking, I think it would be as in ultimatum na for me. Like halimbawa, generally speaking, hindi lang sa friendship but in any type of relationship, parang it would be better to cut someone off kapag nawala na talaga yung respect.
Yeah.
Yung respeto talaga. Kasi parang andyan na rin yung betrayal, yung respeto mo sa tao, it also affect how do you consider them, nawala na yung consideration, yung love and everything. Parang lahat na lang ng ginagawa niya attack sa'yo. Hindi mo alam kung saan nanggagaling. Like, love natin yung isa't isa dati, but ngayon ganito na, ganyan. So, sana hindi tayo makatagpo ng mga ganung tao sa buhay natin na minsan nating pinagkatiwalaan ng buong buo, pero wala, nasira yung respeto, yung tiwala, to the point na kailangan na natin silang i-cut off. Diba? But at least on our personal perspective and opinion, kapag naka-encounter tayo ng ganung tao who is very close to our heart, ayun yung response natin. We respond with grace and patience to them until sila mismo mag-open yung eyes nila na, okay, I have to, there's something wrong with how I handle things. I have to change. Ganyan.
Magkaroon sila ng awareness.
Yes. Tsaka at the same time, kasi madaling mag-cut off naman or madaling mag-burn ng bridge sa mga tao na hindi mo naman madalas nakikita, di ba?
Yeah.
Like, halimbawa, yung best friend mo nung high school or nung college na naging best friend mo nung mga time na yon, pero dahil nag-change career kayo, parang na-outgrow na siya, hindi mo na sila madalas nakikita, hindi na talaga kayo nagkakausap at all kasi hindi na rin naman, wala na kayong common ground eh. Diba? Graduate na kayo. Pero pag halimbawa yung tao nakikita mo, madalas kasama mo sa bahay, sa church, sa anything, sa workplace, ganyan. Parang at least have that consideration din na maging maayos pa rin yung pakikitungo natin. Parang no bitterness.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Okay. Second naman, when it comes to friendship category, ito, what's your take, babe, on best friend exclusivity? Wow, parang dating exclusivity.
Parang siya lang dapat, ganun.
Yeah, parang should you have one best friend, so-called best friend, or multiple close friends? Parang that's two different things. Pero go, share your thoughts, your take.
Yeah, two different things siya. Pero I think kasi when you say close friend kasi, parang ano na rin yan eh, may na-build na ring trust. Baka gaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina, parang ako yung tipo ng tao na mabilis akong like ma-approach. So ba? Parang madali sa akin yung
Very welcoming yung
pakikipagsalamuha.
presence mo.
Welcoming, ganyan. Parang magkausap lang tayo ng 3 hours mahigit, magkaibigan na tayo, ganyan. Pero of course, ano yan eh, may different levels kasi ng
yes.
friendship, ganyan. So, merong friends, very close friends, very, very close
Very close.
friends. Ganon. Sa dami ng mga tao sa buhay mo na parang kino-consider mo na kaibigan. May certain level of trust ka each of them.
Yes.
So, parang, for me, iba kasi yung yung best friend talaga eh. 'Di ba? Na you share life with.
Yeah.
'Di ba?
You grow with.
Hindi mo lang siya nakakasama sa aspect na to, but in really growing into exploring life, kasama mo siya. There's trust na binibigay mo na sa kanya lang, like very deep, ganyan. Ako kasi personally, yeah, you're my best friend. Yeah, given yon. But I also have close friends.
Yes.
'Di ba? May mga close friends ako. So
Yes.
parang sa ating dalawa, lahat sinasabi namin sa isa't isa,
Yes.
ganyan. Pero alam mo yun, maganda rin na outside of your friendship, marunong ka din na makisalamuha sa ibang mga tao. Actually, yun yung tinatry namin i-build, lalong-lalo na sa church, ganyan. Pag halimbawa, kasama namin yung ibang circle of friends, ganyan. Napapansin nila na tayo na lang yung madalas na nag-uusap.
Yeah.
Hindi na natin na-welcome yung iba, hindi na natin na-approach yung iba. So, parang this year, that opens my mind. Realization na rin na parang engage din sa kanila.
Yeah.
Kasi kaibigan ko din naman sila. Kaibigan din natin sila.
Yeah.
So, parang, why not approach them, welcome them, ganyan. Parang be present with them as well. Hindi lang yung parang kayong dalawa lang. At the same time, blessed din ako with the friendship we have. Kasi hindi rin naman siya yung parang ganun ka-demanding na, uy, kailangan lagi tayo magkausap, at ako lang yung pinapansin mo, at ako lang yung best friend mo. Wala namang ganun. So, blessed ako to have you as my best friend na ganun yung yung thinking. Tawag nga namin sa isa't isa ngayon, cactus friend. Yung cactus kasi, siya yung halaman na kahit hindi mo diligan, nag-grow. So kami, kahit hindi kami ganun talaga as in consistent yung communication, pag nagkasama kami, hindi namin napapansin na meron palang lumipas na linggo or buwan or even years. Pero hindi pa naman like years. Lagi naman kasi kami nakikita.
At lagi din kami nag-uusap.
Doesn't have to be na parang
Close lang doon sa best friend.
best friend lang yung parang mo.
Kaibigan
mo na talagang nakikipag-interact ka. Be open then with some
Creating
people.
friendships
But
with
be
other people.
vigilant. Be
Yes.
wise in choosing your friends. Diba? You can be friends with anyone, but not everyone is your friend.
Yes,
Sana
and-
gets nyo.
Totoo yan. Pwede kang mag-approach sa kanila, like your personality, very welcoming ka. But you have to be careful lang din talaga. Totoo yung sinabi mo you have to choose kung ano lang yung isi-share ko sa tao.
Yes, certain level of trust lang talaga.
Certain level of trust. Ako naman, I believe there are 3 kinds of friendships that comes into our life. The seasonal friends. Ito yung mga kaibigan mo na parang for a season mo lang makakasama. For a reason. Parang makakasama mo lang sila for a certain reason sa buhay mo and a lifetime. I think it's okay to build friendships, other friendships outside the best friendship, but what differs the friendship is that the best friend is always there, no matter what season,
Yes.
no matter the situations of your life, happy or sad moments, andun siya.
Mm-mm.
Diba? So, I think that is what makes the best friend different from all the friendships that you have. But it doesn't mean na you are not allowed to make friends with other people.
Just because meron ka ng
Just
best
because may
friend.
best friend ka na, kagaya nga ng sinabi ni Cindy, diba? You're allowed to create friendship, but with a certain level of trust.
Yeah.
Pero yung best friend mo kasi, ano yan, kumbaga parang, you already build up yung level ng trust nyo sa isa't isa.
Bino-work out talaga yun,
Yes.
babe.
Naalala ko sa Ate Chubbs. Nagulat siya na last year lang natin dineclare na best friend tayo. Sabi niya, ha? Last year lang dineclare na best friend? Yes. Nung, after ng Sabado YouTube sa inyo, nasa Disciple Bro kami.
Yeah.
Diba?
Oo.
Doon lang namin dineclare na, okay, best friend tayo. Tapos
Yeah.
parang, talaga ba,
Hindi
nagulat
kasi
siya.
sa totoo lang, tayo yung tipo ng tao na marami tayong kaibigan, pero mapili tayo sa kung sino yung i-best friend.
Yes, diba? And we have our own reasons kung bakit parang hindi tayo nakikipag-best friend before.
Yeah, but even before that naman kami maging like officially mag-best friend. Close na kami.
Yes.
Kumbaga na-build talaga yun, guys.
It
Na-build
takes
yun.
time, diba? And it takes a different level of trust. Alam niyo si Cindy, hindi siya nag-open sa akin before na something na, eto hindi ko ito makakalimutan, babe. Hindi kasi siya nag-open ng, si Cindy kasi, wait lang, si Cindy kasi, siya yung tipo ng tao na, sasabihin niya sa'yo yung problema niya kapag nasolusyonan niya na. Kumbaga, isi-share niya lang yun once it's done. Like, okay na ako i-share kasi tapos na. Pero there's one time na shinare niya sa akin yung problem niya. Yun yung sa school. Hindi ko siya makakalimutan. Sobrang frustrated niya. Umuwi siya ng galing church. Nag-message siya sa akin, nasa G-Cafe kami. Tapos yun, inopen niya sa akin yung nape-feel niya towards yun, hindi ko makakalimutan.
Yung ongoing.
Oo. Ang tagal na. Parang first year ka ba nun?
Oh, first year.
So, yun yung talagang
ay na pala yun. May nabibuild.
May nabibuild na. Diba? Kasi I know na hindi siya agad-agad nag-open. So, na nag-open siya sa akin, sobrang vinaryo ko talaga yung trust na binigay niya sa akin. Kaya pag may sinasabi siya, hindi ko sinasabi talaga. Like, lalo na kapag sinabi niya na parang hindi siya comfortable to share it with other people, hindi talaga. Pero pag may sinabi yung mga tao, sinasabi sa kanya,
best friend code na talaga yan. Whatever you say to her. Alam ko yan. Pero safe yun sa akin kasi nakakalimutan ko din. So,
kaya sabi ko sa kanila,
huwag
kayong mag-alala, hindi naman ito makakalabas sa iba, pero makakarating si Cindy. Sa iba hindi, kasi hindi makakarating siya, guys.
Ano yan, guys? I-assess namin yan. Like, saan kayo nanggagaling? Hindi kami quick to judge. Huwag kayo mag-alala.
And it's
siya nanggagaling.
Totoo eh. Hindi siya lagi nangyayari kasi mas madalas talaga iba yung mga pinag-uusapan. Hindi siya something related to other people.
Hindi siya paninira ng buhay.
It's more of like the
dinepend yung sarili.
Sina-justify. So, ayan, yan yung take ko. So, it's okay to create friendship with other people.
Yes.
But you have to be careful with what you share. You have to choose your friends wisely. And also, you have to, din yung level.
And it's something na hindi dapat kino-question.
Yes.
Basta lahat kayo, mga kaibigan ko, I have trust with you guys. I care for you and all that. But, may certain level of trust that I believe you guys understand din naman. Nag-explain.
Hindi.
Yeah, so tapos na tayo sa ating dalawang category.
Yeah.
So, last category tayo, it's career, workplace.
Yeah.
So, since si Lucille, siya yung graduate na siya, working na siya. Ako pa-graduate pa lang.
Okay.
Pero may exposure na rin naman sa workplace, wala lang bayad.
Parang,
yung inaaral ko, yung
free, no? Free?
Oo, I'm just giving it free. My service is free as of now. Pero pagka-graduate, talagang hindi na ako papayag.
Hindi ako papayag na walang bayad to.
Hindi, joke lang. So, okay, career tayo. First question, babe. What's your take on workplace boundaries? Should employees respond to work messages after? Work boundaries. Ba't natawa ka?
My answer is no. Personally speaking, kasi diba sabi mo,
no saan?
Should employees respond to work message after office hours? No. At a personal take ko na. Okay, so ganito kasi yung personality ko when it comes to work. Kapag weekend, long weekend, holidays,
Mhm.
hindi talaga ako nagre-respond to any work. Kapag naka-leave ako, hindi ako nagre-respond.
Alam mo, umabot pa yan sa
To
point na nagde-deact siya ng account. Para lang hindi umabot sa kanya yung mga...
yung message. Which is true, guys. Ako talaga, this is my personal take. Hindi talaga ako nagre-respond after working hours. Kapag naka-leave ako, hindi rin ako nagre-respond. But, I make sure to finish all the tasks that I need to finish.
Yeah, responsible enough pa din.
Yes, kasi syempre kung ayaw mong guluhin ka sa weekend, kung ayaw mong guluhin ka sa during your leave, tapusin mo yung trabaho mo, di ba?
Yeah.
Ay, ang ginagawa ko, yung mga may deadline ako, tinatapos ko siya. And if like, for example, may iwan ako na work, na hindi naman ganun ka-urgent, nagno-note ako doon kung para saan to, anong purpose nito. Para just in case na tanungin nila, ando na rin yung sagot. Nasa note na. So, isa siya sa pinapractice ko to really value my resting day. Work-life balance talaga.
Wow.
Diba? Work-life balance talaga. So, hindi ko
Work-life
sasagutin ang mga
balance.
messages about work. But also, be responsible enough. You have to finish kung ano man yung task mo para hindi ka rin ma-question. Kasi
Yeah.
hindi ka naman nila tatawagan kung walang pending. If may pending, expect talaga na may magkakall sa'yo. Depende rin kasi sa work field. Pero sa work field ko kasi, since I'm in corporate, so pag leave ko, hindi na talaga ako nagre-respond sa mga messages after ng
Yeah.
working hours. Pero kung may yung work field mo kasi is like talagang yung sa broadcasting, pag-reporting, diba? May
On
mga
call.
on call. Medyo mahirap yung hindi ka mag-respond.
Yeah,
Kasi
kung pwede
malay mo, diba? So, depende siya sa work field mo. Ako, gagawa ko siya sa work field ko eh.
Yeah, totoo yun. Kung gusto mo din namang sulitin yung pahinga mo, make
Tapusin
sure na
mo.
bago ka umalis or mag-leave, matapos mo yung
Oo.
trabaho mo.
Ayaw mo palang
So
guluhin
that
ka sa
wala rin
ano eh.
silang masasabi sa'yo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, bigyan mo rin sila ng benefit of the doubt na okay lang tong mag-leave. Kasi kapag nag-leave to, ginagawa niya naman yung work niya before.
Yeah.
Huwag mong hayaan
doubt to
na
that.
pagdudahan ka nila na pag mag-leave ka, ka-questionin ka muna.
Baga hindi ka basta freeloader lang ng company, asset ka pa din.
Oo.
Kahit, it's just, gusto mo lang magpahinga naman,
Oo.
talaga naman. Yeah, that's important.
Yes. Pwede niyo gamitin yung leave niyo, guys. Karapatan niya yan.
As graduating student, parang may expose ka na eventually sa path na yan, ganyan. Pinifigure out ko paunti-unti, paano ako magkakaroon ng work-life balance when yung career ko, it requires me na para ka kasing on-call 24/7,
Yeah.
especially in the industry of news. Kailangan dyan talagang yung balita, hahabulin mo talaga siya, anong oras man yan, anumang season man yan, kailangan ng tao ng balita, agad-agad.
Hindi natutulog ang
Hindi
balita.
natutulog ang balita, diba? So, parang ako, yun yung isa sa mga pinagpipray ko sa Lord. Na Lord, kapag nagkaroon ako ng work, wag mong hayaan na ma-compromise ko. Unang-una, yung relationship ko sa'yo, yung ministry ko, yung calling ko. Sana, dapat mag-align siya sa isa't isa. So, I think that's what I'm learning din from you. At least, napopromote sa friendship nating dalawa, yung ganong idea na hindi dapat natin nilo-normalize yung pag-exploit sa workplace, na dapat hindi na tayo pinagtatrabaho pero pinagtatrabaho pa tayo. So, yeah. Okay. Last question, babe. Ako na ulit ang magtatanong.
Ako ulit sasagot?
Ikaw nagtatrabaho eh.
Okay, sige.
Ano lang ako, support, ganyan. Gusto ko malaman to personally sa'yo. Ano ba?
Okay.
Okay. Next question. What's your take on office friendship? Friendship na naman, no? Is it good to be close with coworkers or does it create drama?
Meron ako napakinggan na isang take niya. Sabi niya, your office mates are your office mates. You don't have to share your personal life with them. So, okay lang kung ang tingin mo sa office mates mo ay mga katrabaho. You don't have to
Go beyond that. Deeper.
kung hindi ka comfortable to be friend with them. But also kasi, if you are in an environment na sobrang friendly talaga ng mga tao, and then talagang
Positive, healthy.
Yes, positive, healthy, and nakabuild na kayo ng relationship. Talagang walang siraan. Tulungan talaga yung pinopromote ng department nyo, ganyan. It's okay to build friendships. Mga katrabaho minsan na talagang pang katrabaho lang.
Yeah.
Pero merong mga ka-workmate na after work we're friends. But again, if you are not comfortable in making friends with your workmates, it's fine. But for me,
I mean, if you wanted na parang keep it professional
Oo,
lang, there's nothing
professional
wrong with
lang.
that naman din.
But for me, kasi I have built friendships inside my workplace. So, sa akin siguro, you have to choose who will you be friend with. Kasi, buhay talaga yung thought na
Competition,
oo,
toxic
may mga
ano.
ganun kasi, may mga ganun. And also, you will meet people na parang acting friend kapag nakaharap ka, but then kapag karoon na ng something conflict, parang biglang ang dali sa kanilang talikuran ka bilang
Yeah,
kaibigan, ganyan.
I think gets ko din naman kung saan ka nanggagaling kasi sometimes nga, too much sharing can be used against you.
Yes, so you have to be careful.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. If you want to create friendships within your office or within your workplace, choose kung sino yung kakaibigan. Mga kaibigan ko nga sa office, talagang ano sila, magkakaiba kami ng department. Merong MIS, merong collection, diba? Meron din akong friend sa HR, ganyan. Pero, at the end of our work, we're friends. Sa work, dapat alam niyo yung line between friendships and being professional.
Yeah.
So, kailan papasok yung pagiging kaibigan mo sa kanya during working hours? At kailan papasok yung pagiging professional mo during working hours? Parang ang gets mo yung point.
Yeah, may ano siya, yung dynamics niya, parang may oras na professional tayo dito, may oras na barkada tayo.
Yes.
So, hindi dapat siya yung sa trabaho nagkakasabay or nag-overlap.
Kasi minsan, kaibigan mo naman ako, sige na, ano mo na, cover up dito. Parang conflict of something.
Interest,
Yeah.
something. Yeah, totoo yun. And I
Careful
think kasi sa company din naman kasi, actually, it's family na parang, lalo na pag pakiramdam mo sa workplace mo is, nagtutulungan kayo paitaas, hindi pababa. Parang, it would be natural, hindi mahirap para makipag-bond ka with them. Hindi siya mahirap.
Yeah.
Ako nga, personally, mas gusto ko yung workplace na parang hindi ako nagtatrabaho, parang naglalaro lang ako. Mas gusto ko siya. But at the same time kasi, kagaya sa friendship, diba? Anyone could be your friend, but there's this certain level of trust lang talaga na kailangan mong ibigay.
Yes.
Kasi I believe yung trust naman kasi hindi naman yan kusang binibigay na just because lang nagkausap tayo and all that. Diba? Kumbaga, ano mo din yun, security mo din yun within yourself. Kung ano lang yung level of trust, amount of trust na ibibigay ko sa katrabaho ko. To at least, alam mo yun, sustain yung relationship ninyo. Kasi, I mean, madali kang makalapit, madali kang makakapag-approach. I mean, nawawala yung intimidation thing kapag halimbawa, yung tao, alam mo, pwede mong malapitan, mapagtanungan, ganyan. But of course, may certain lang yun, level of approach din.
Yeah.
Pinagpipray ko talaga sa Lord na once na magkaroon na ako ng job, ganyan, ilagay niya ako sa workplace talaga na unang-una, healthy talaga yung environment.
Totoo yan. Agree with you.
Healthy talaga. Yun talaga yung, does it have to be na kilala yung company or starting or big agad? Ang mahalaga sa akin talaga, healthy. Yeah, and so far, siguro yung experience ko with my internship, naging malaki yung tulong niya for me din na ma-expose sa workplace, sa industry na tatahakin ko. And salamat sa Lord kasi inilagay talaga niya ako sa mga company talaga na healthy talaga yung environment and really nag-gain talaga ako ng knowledge and a lot of experiences with them.
Yes, totoo. Kasi minsan, hindi ka magtatagal sa workplace mo dahil okay yung trabaho. Minsan dahil sa mga kasama talaga.
Yes.
Kaya importante talaga na nandun ka ma-plant ka doon sa healthy environment.
Yes.
Kaya, Lord, kaya pag nag-work ka, babe, pag-pray natin sa Lord na ilagay ka talaga niya.
Yeah.
Actually, pinag-pray na nga natin, di ba, na ilagay ka niya
Amen.
sa place kung saan mag-grow ka, you have a healthy environment, and hindi mako-compromise yung ministry at yung service natin sa kanya.
Amen.
Yes, that's it.
Thank you so much. So,
Yeah.
different takes on different topics and categories. We're happy to share those takes naman din with you. Again, it's our personal takes. So, iba-iba tayo ng take, but I hope you guys learn something from this episode.
Yes, we hope na ma-enjoy nyo itong episode. So, I think this is one of the challenging episodes.
Sobrang diverse. Ang daming pinag-usapan, daming topics. But yeah, let us know kung gusto nyo na parang sa episode na to, let's focus on this, like,
Hatiin yung
hatiin
episode
natin para
na
mas
talaga.
ma-expound natin siya. Yeah, so thank you so much guys for watching and listening to us every episode. God bless po.
Yes.
Kahit si Lord po bahala mag-bless sa inyo.
And even in your situation, kung nasan man kayo,
Yes.
pagdating sa friendship, sa career, and sa,
Sa friendship,
relationship,
yeah.
may the Lord bless you.
Amen. Yeah, thank you.
And us as well. And us as well.
Yeah, we claim it to receive it.
Yes.
Thank you guys. So, I am Cindy.
I'm Lucille.
And this is On the Bright Side. Thank you guys.
Bye. Thank you, Lord.